stripping on her clothes with her designer shoes. Grabbed her by her neck and let her see my family juice. Now she tryna take a family cruise. I told her stop, we run them heaters. Them bitches hitting real hard like some speakers. You need some saving, go find a preacher. Cause we all kicking in, ain't no leeches. Lil' mama bad, she an eater. She stick by a nigga, love how I treat her. I move them bags on my leisure. Flooded AP, bitch, new freezer. Yeah.
Still searching, meaning in this life while this world turning. Yeah, if I'm alright, I don't care about a like. I know the bigger picture got a bigger purpose. Yeah, you know I'm stacking this money, but somehow still lost in my 20s. Funny we lost hope when COVID taught us to cope. Who would've thought that the world was alone hurting? Yeah, looking at my little brother. Depression is the quickest way to cause murder. Yeah, in grade school other people murmur, but he's still alive. I call him the overcomer. Some days I think, do God see us? Life is a balance. Young, talented Libra who seeks peace but keeps tough, who needs G's and Jesus, who turns east and prays up. With one girl, he lays up. The family on his mind, he can't run. Nah, he can't run. Putting things down into action, making a plan. No more telling other people, I ain't showing my hands. Got a goal on my mind, I ain't kicking the can. Homeboys call like when we kicking again. Old friends, new friends, I got life changes, new men. I'm not one to hate on you, and we are trying to make it to a conclusion. Let it out, yeah, let it out, let it out, yeah, let it out. Oh, I said let it out. Yeah, I'm just trying to be free. Turn me up, yeah. I've been sleeping every night with a different plan in my mind. Am I getting any close to that man you designed? I ain't looking for a handout, praying for a sign, but I figure faith could make the stars you align. Them other girls I would play time, yeah, but with you I can make time. The passion you got like grapevines, I know we'll both grow in age like great wine. Yeah, cause life is a poetry book. All these wrong turns, you don't wanna go look. And this pain that I felt before is no more. Everything getting better when you know you enough. Yeah, can't stress a thing I don't know. And I pray for friends I've outgrown. Most things nowadays are bluff, but I'm trying to know that God who was burning a bush. Let it run, G. Bring the bongos in. Yeah. So soulful. Yeah. I write this last chapter for you and us. 7 years, bro, man, what a rush.
The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 12. It's new day. It's time to turn this bitch up a notch. I was created to be what they can't be. These hoes so worrisome like some gum at the bottom of my feet. Bitch, get the fuck up off of me. Dragging these hoes through the dirt and the concrete. Anything it takes to get a bum bitch up off of me. I told her hating hoe on the TV screen. It's the only way she gon' see me. It's 2024 and it's a new wave. I got 365 days just to get paid. It's time to cut these hating hoes off like a fresh fade. Get to a bag. I can do this shit like Ari Reed. I'm so raw in, uncut, and they know. And I'm blessed from the tip to my head to my toes. This here's the real raw. Let's talk, show. And if you wanna learn some, sit back and listen to me flow. If it's about some money, let's talk about it. If it can change the world, let's talk about it. If you're an entrepreneur, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. If it's about some money, let's talk about it. If it can change the world, let's talk about it. If you're an entrepreneur, let's talk about it. I'm so raw in, uncut, and they know. And I'm blessed from the tip to my head to my toes. This here's the real raw. Let's talk, show. And if you wanna learn some, sit back and listen to me flow.
What's going on, y'all? It's 7 o'clock, and you know what time it is. It's Thursday, and it's Real Raw Let's Talk Hour, okay? Y'all, thank y'all for tuning in to Real Raw Let's Talk podcast for the night. I'm your host, T Pretty Smile, and tonight, y'all, we got a hell of a cast, and I can't wait for y'all to see who we got for our guest tonight. So y'all, let me tell y'all for y'all newcomers who just now tuning in to see what this deal is tonight and see what our show is about. So like I said, I'm your host, T Pretty Smile. I'm a host, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a mom, I'm a brand ambassador, motivational speaker, and the list can go on and go on. So also, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Real Raw Let's Talk. Real Raw Let's Talk is a podcast that we talk about unfiltered conversations, all right? And not only that, our guests come on and they don't know what we're going to talk about. I don't tell nobody what our topics are about and what's going to happen. They don't know nothing, okay? Because I like to keep it true. I like to keep it authentic. And I like to keep our guests on our toes, right? So that's what we're going to do as we do on each show tonight. So let's get into these church announcements, right? Let's start off with let's give a hand clap because you made it to Thursday, which is almost close to Friday and one more closer to you don't give a damn, right? Because you know when it's close to Friday, it's close to Saturday. And you know what? This weekend is Mother's Day weekend, y'all. I want to give a shout out to all the mothers out there like myself who keep it going for their kids who are so inspiring. And y'all, I just want to give a shout out to all the moms. Because y'all know it's hard out there for them, okay? Motherhood ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. So I just give applause for all the mothers out there. I love y'all, and I hope that y'all keep pushing, keep hope alive, keep hope alive. Because them kids ain't no damn joke, okay? So yeah, y'all have a good time this weekend with your mom. And if you have your mom is still alive, y'all spend time with your mom. Give her a phone call, a shout out, or something. You know, moms ain't always gonna be here. You know, time ain't forever. So if your mom is still here on this precious earth, just say hello, say hi, tell mama I love you. Thank you for raising me. Thank you for bringing me into this world. Then is not tomorrow is not promised. So give a shout out to your mothers, okay? Bree, we finna get to that Mother's Day sale coming soon, okay? We finna get to that. All right. So y'all, let's get into some more of our church announcements. Tuesday, y'all know your girl puts out To Be Tuesday. What's hot to watch every Tuesday, all right? And for this week on our To Be Tuesday movie review was Ex Door Neighbor, y'all. This movie for Ex Door Neighbor, y'all, this movie was so good. I'm not playing. Now, the end of this movie was so unexpected. The whole movie was unexpected, okay? But the ending was super unexpected. So I'm gonna really need y'all to tune in. Go watch that movie. It's a Tubi original, and you don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss that. Go tune in and go watch that. Also, go check out your girl on TikTok at T Pretty Smile at Real Raw Let's Talk. You can also check me out at T Pretty Smile on Facebook, and just check out the Tubi review that I give right every Tuesday. Don't miss it. What's hot to watch? All right. Now let's get into cocky kids. Let's get into cocky kids and cocky gear. Okay. Like my girl Bree said in the comments, we got a Mother's Day sale coming soon. Okay. Mother's Day is this weekend. Now I want y'all to go over and go tap on to www.spenceCockyGear.com. Okay. We got these new flex yoga shorts that just came out. Y'all know them shorts and them pants everybody be wearing to make their booty go like that, just that sound, just right. We got them shorts, y'all. We got them shorts, and they don't work out. Okay, don't work out, people. I need you to tap into these shorts. Okay, go over to www.spenceCockyGear.com. You can go on there and also go out to the blowout sale. If you click on sale, you're gonna see blowout. Click on blowout. We got so many items on there. Let me drop a few for you, okay? We got the shorts. We got some cocky scrubs for all my nurses out there. Or if you work in daycare, usually daycare people, they be wearing scrubs too. So check them out. We got some fall fever sweater dresses. We got some women blazers. Okay, so all my women that like to wear the little blazers, we got them on there for you too. Now we also got some windbreakers. We got some of those, okay? Bree, get in where you fit in. You feel me? Okay. Now we sporting a lot of gym wear, okay? It's the summertime coming up. A lot of y'all want to get y'all gym wear in, get y'all gym fits, act like you in the gym. Some of y'all are in the gym, okay? I know I ain't in the gym. I ain't lying. I ain't lying to you. But I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there, okay? Y'all, so check out the website. It's www.spenceCockyGear.com. Okay? When you're ready to check out, I need you to go ahead and put real raw, let's talk, and go ahead and put that number two at the end, okay? Your girl got a discount for you, okay? Go ahead and put that in so you can get your order, okay? And save a little coin. Save a little coin where you can, right? All right, so let's move on. Our next church announcement. Now we got the Inspire Her Foundation. Inspire Her Foundation is a nonprofit organization that empowers women. Okay, not only do we empower women to transform their lives through career growth, domestic violence support, mental wellness, and financial literacy. If you want to donate your time, be a speaker, if you want to collab, please go ahead and go to www.inspireherfoundation.org. If you all about supporting women, if you all about supporting the cause, and we're gonna dive more with these ladies tonight. Okay, so we can find out more about this foundation. Not only is this just a foundation, this is a terrific cause, and we're gonna dive more into with these ladies tonight. Um, Also, every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m., y'all already know. Y'all here. Y'all ready, okay? So every night, 7 to 9 p.m., every Thursday night, 7 to 9 p.m., we are here, okay, at Nostalgic Radio. Nah, thank you. What do you say? Nah, for real. Thank you, mama. All right, King Me 5. Appreciate the comment. But every Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m., we are here on Nostalgic Radio, or if you listen at Real Raw Let's Talk on Facebook, or if you listening on YouTube at Real Raw Let's Talk, we appreciate you. Make sure you go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you go and follow us on Nostalgic Radio. Make sure you go follow us on Facebook page at Real Raw Let's Talk, okay? Make sure you're here every Thursday to capture what new topic we're tackling tonight and every Thursday night. Okay? Everybody ready to be real till it's time to be raw, so let's talk, right? All right, so if you want your girl to be on your show, if you want to come on the show, if you want to be a guest, you want to collab, you need an event to host, you want to interview, just holler at your girl. You can always DM me at realrawletstalk@gmail.com. Now, when we come back, y'all, I got some great guests. I cannot wait for y'all to meet them tonight. We're going to dive tonight into more talking about Inspire Her. Inspire Her Foundation, as I spoke in the church announcements, right? We got the founder tonight, and we also got one of our board directors on hand. So we're gonna talk with these ladies tonight, okay? So we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and T for the Smile gonna be right back with you. I'll holla.
Understand I'ma be right there for you. Understand I'ma be right there for you. Dead or alive, I'ma be right there for you. Understand I'ma be right there for you. I had to shed tears on this one. Best believe I'ma paint the city red behind this one. Real nigga, why you pull a trigger on this one? A moment of silence for the dead, we lost a real one. Yeah, smoke up in the city like a vapor. Holding up on me, I may cut me her maker. Big bro, taught me 35 ways to get some paper. And it's middle finger to you motherfucking haters. OG status, since he was a young nigga, say. Real in that field since he was a young nigga, say. Been on go since he was a young nigga. Did them 17 years and he stayed solid like a real nigga. Loyalty, what he stood on. Started fucking with this roach ass sad alley bitch. When he came home, blindsided cause it was his baby mama. Shiesty hoe, can't trust these hoes. Say these hoes will get you killed, bro. Understand I'ma be right there for you. Understand I'ma be right there for you. Dead or alive, I'ma be right there for you. Understand I'ma be right there for you. Standing on this whole head like I'm standing on business. Got a 30 round drum and I'ma shoot it till it's empty. Since you been gone, I've been feeling kinda empty. I'm just grieving right now, but I'm not looking for no sympathy. Life gon' keep going, you hoes ain't stopping up, you understand? I'm a rapper, but I'm still a gorilla, yeah, you understand? Lady life been feeling kinda creepy. Big bro got so much street credit, get you gone for the freebie. Dirty feet, friendly pussy, slut bucket, bitch, we call it red flag. Bro, you should've known better the way you rock that red flag. I couldn't believe my eyes when I seen them people put you out in that body bag. Damn, my nigga, I'm talking about a body bag. Fuck me up, I viewed your body. That shit made me gag. You was covered from your head to your ankles. First thing I seen was a motherfucking toe tag. Understand I'ma be right there for you. Understand I'ma be right there for you. Dead or alive, I'ma be right there for you. Understand I'ma be right there for you.
Still tipping on 4 fold, shifting on your hoe, and I whip it like a pro. Still tipping on 4 fold, shifting on your hoe, and I whip it like a pro.
Still tipping, ain't been sipping. When you see me, yes, I'm dripping. I'm so cold up in the kitchen, better go and get your meat. Make your purges like a kitten, coming hot, this shit so quicken. I'ma fry you like some chicken. When I'm rapping, I'm the villain. Pink on blazer, cause it's written, and I always had the vision. Tell Mike Jones I'm coming, get him. I be ballin' like the Pistons. Tell them haters, stop the snitching. Burn desires on the rhythm. Speak the truth, I got the wisdom. Never ever play the victim. I got fofos and I'm tipping. I be thugging, never pimping. I'm from Memphis by the river. I'm the gold but never silver. And I always been a sinner, but God told me I'm a winner. Walk by faith, I'm not a killer. Had to look up in the mirror. I'm the shit, I'm getting bigger. Turn your red, now you a ginger. When I slide, you know I'm slicker. Holding strong, I got the fisher. But I'm never trying to fix you. In the pot, it's time to simmer. Make that sauce, now you a dipper. It's a dolphin, you a flipper. Still tipping, ain't been sipping. When you see me, yes, I'm dripping. I'm so cold up in the kitchen. Better go and get your meat. Make your purges like a kitten. Coming hot, this shit so quicken. I'ma fry you like some chicken. When I'm rapping, I'm the villain. It's so good, oh, what a pleasure. Off the scale, you cannot measure. I'm so rare, I am a treasure. Cause I got nothing but pressure. Flow so smooth, I am the leather. Get your milk, cause I'm the pepper. I want more, never the lesser. Leave me be, this ain't no gesture. Tic-tac-toe, you playing checkers. I'm the key, cause I'm the bearer. Adam family, Uncle Fester. They some maggots, get the website. Kill the beat, go get the stretcher, and I'm tipping, never stress 'em. I'm the best, it's time to bless 'em. Ain't no cap, I learned my lesson. Still tipping, ain't been sipping. When you see me, yes, I'm dripping. I'm so cold up in the kitchen, better go and get your meat. Make your purges like a kitten, coming hot, this shit so quick. I'ma fry you like some chicken. When I'm rapping, I'm the villain.
It's like loving you. Yeah, in the night, in the day, when I'm going away, it's like loving you. Yeah, in the night, in the day, when I'm going away, it's like loving you. In the night, in the day, when I'm going away, it's like loving you. Yeah, and you, yeah. In the night, in the day, when I'm going away, it's like loving you. Yeah, in the night, in the day, when I'm going away, it's like. Yeah, in the night, in the day, when I'm going away, it's like loving you. Yeah, and you, yeah. Miss Cruz, do your lifetime still look blue? Miss Cruz, I write these words, I speak to uplift moods. Miss Cruz, everything that I said was true. Yeah, I write these words despite the hurt you've been through. Life ain't fair, but it do got beauty. Love a drug we all be abusing. Can't lie, how I felt good inside when you gave me that love I needed and felt useless. Yeah, and nowadays the truth is, I know you heartbroken, clueless, and you don't wanna hear them excuses. Every man keep breaking your faith in Cupid. Loving you. Still closing. I know somebody else gonna be worth it. Yeah, in the end, be assertive, youthful, beautiful. You the one I was choosing. Despite all the fights you've been through, we both had a life of confusion. And nowadays, the truth is, we say the wrong words with loose lips. I know you heartbroken, but truth is, somebody gonna love everything that you is. Loving you.
Welcome back, y'all. We was talking some good stuff behind stage, y'all. All right, welcome back, welcome back. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. As I stated before, tonight we are talking all things about Inspire Her Foundation, and I definitely want to can't wait to bring these two ladies I have on tonight. First, we're going to introduce one of our board members, Candy, aka Candice J. She is a board member, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself. And we also have the founder on the line of Inspire Her Foundation. I call her Lexi, aka Kaden, and I want her to introduce herself as well. And ladies, we can go ahead and bring you guys on stage. And Candy, let's go ahead and introduce you first.
What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? It's your girl Candy J. Never Candace. Let me make sure that you understand that, mama. If they calling me Candace, then they know me from way back in the day, and I'm usually in trouble for something, right? Um, Listen, I am your favorite premarital and marital counselor. Your favorite clinical sexologist. So I put the oohs and the ahs back into your relationship, but I do this by fostering better communication in your relationship. So the scale of people that I see is either from couples and individuals, or a lot of my clients are also in the age group of 21 to 25, usually dealing with something to find themselves in this anxious generation. I am an Inspire Her Foundation board member, but I play a little bit of a different role for that. I am a program director, and if you know me from Bedroom Candy, you also know I throw one hell of a party, right? So I translated all of those skills over to Inspire Her, where we are envisioning how to feel every woman to be empowered and create life and purpose and fulfillment, right? And it takes a village to do all of those things, and so I'm grateful to be on the board.
And amen. And we love us some candy, honey.
And we love
Okay.
you too, girl.
And Lexi, as I call her, baby, introduce you, the founder of Inspire Her.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lexi. Other environment knows me as Kadian. Same person. I'm the founder and president of Inspire Her Foundation. We are an organization created by women for women. In addition to that, I am a tax specialist. I like to categorize myself as the executive hustler. I have multiple different businesses. I do hair. I make authentic Jamaican meals. And I
Mm.
also help persons to start their business and provide marketing and sales support to them as well.
Come on, the grind. I'm loving the grind. Like the grind is immaculate between the three of us, okay? And it's so diverse. And I like that with us being women and showing the women in different elements. But first I want to start off with how did Inspire Her Foundation where did it come from? Like how did it come about?
That is quite an interesting. So, Inspire Her Foundation was actually started as a personal story. So, a little bit about me. I'm Jamaican, and I migrated to Texas almost 3 years ago, right? When I came here, intention was to stay with a friend until we got settled and we'll get our own place and so on. That didn't work out. That friend put my son and myself out. We have no
Mm.
friends, no family here, and as such, the Arlington community really rallied around me. I was blessed to be connected to a lot of sisters who pointed me in the right direction to get aid where I could get an apartment, I could find a job, just to survive in a new landscape with my 4-year-old at the time. And then, granted, I was grieving the death of my father. So I was a hot mess, just to be very direct. We almost found ourselves in a shelter. And there was one at my son's school, his previous school, his counselor. I poured my soul to her, and she told me the horror stories of actually going into a shelter. And we prayed, and then she connected me to someone, and as such, we avoided the shelter and we got an apartment for ourselves. Fast forwarding through that experience, coming to last year, I found myself in a more stable space. We got our own apartment, we have our job, we have a vehicle, we have some little money in the bank. Connor is doing really well in school. That's my son. And I was like, you know what? I started to be meeting other women now who were struggling, not just struggling financially, but struggling mentally, struggling emotionally, battling with mental health, depression. And one of the things as mothers, we have postpartum depression. I was
Yeah.
dealing with depression without even knowing that I was depressed. Can you imagine living in a world depressed, not knowing that you're depressed? So,
Happens a lot.
with that, I started to help women around and I wanted to just pay it forward. So, a friend of mine who's also a board member, Miss Renette, she said, why don't you structure? Actually, before that, it came up with Tea and Transformation, which was our flagship event. That is how the organization started. From this one event, I wanted to create a space, a safe space where women could come, interact, network with trailblazing women that are thriving in different industries. We have the mom, the single mom at home that is struggling, think, oh, I can't do this because I have two, three, five kids. I can't do this because my boyfriend is beating me. I can't do this because I have no money. I can't do this because. If you have the mindset of I can't do this because, at that event, you're going to see women who are thriving, who have been depressed, have been broke, have been homeless, have been domestically abused, and all of these things. But guess what? They're not victims, they're survivors, and now they're thriving. So
Yeah.
coming to that at that event, women came out, all vendors, all sponsors, all speakers, all panelists were all women because we wanted to showcase that guess what, we can do it no matter
Yeah.
what. And then from that, Miss Renette was like, hey, we should formalize this so we can be able to get aid so we can help women on a larger scale. Fast forward into now, we are now 501c3 tax exempt. We are fully structured and organized, and we have a functioning, thriving board with some amazing, amazing women who are, they're firm believers in our mission. So that's the story of how we started.
That is beautiful to pay it forward. Like I even find it, I think it's so nice, even just a simple on a simpler aspect. When you're in the store and somebody behind you, and they're like, "I want to pay for the person behind me." Just to even do things like that, it's just like it's touching, and for you to go through what you go through or have been through, and to find out that, like you said, to reflect and be like, I know I'm not the only one. I know it's other people like that. Let me help another sister out. And to start a whole organization from that. Like real big kudos to you. Candy, what made you want to be a part of the organization?
Um, she came pulling me by my arms and legs. Um,
She
no,
said she won't leave me alone.
no. Listen. So I'm in mental health, and so I definitely talk to many different people, and one of the things that I always told God that I would do, if you put me in a position to help other people, I will. And so when she approached me about being a speaker at Tea and Transformation, that was all it was really supposed to be, being able to share the gift that God has given me with other women that are in need. However, little did I know that she then asked me to be a board member. And at first I was just like, yeah, okay, for sure. You don't want me to do much, but, help out and collaborate every blue moon, blah, 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 blah. And it has turned into so much more. So I always want to be a part of a community. I have an amazing tribe for me, my personal life, right? My son is autistic. I have another bestie that is autistic. Has an autistic child. So she's my village over there. I have about five best friends, honestly, that are tremendously a big part of my life, right? And without my own community, I don't know how I would make it, right? And God has blessed me to be in so many different arenas. So when it was a no brainer when she told me what the real mission was, that I would just help out and be of service however I could.
I feel you on that. That's the same for me. When I met Lexi through Rachel, Rachel of What's Up Dallas Magazine, and Rachel actually hit me up and was like, telling me about the foundation, and she was like, "Hey, I saw you did this board. I did a prayer board event with Maxie, for a prayer board." And she was like, "Hey, I seen you do this board, and I think you would be great for this event for Inspire Her." And I was like, "Okay." And she told me about it. And when I looked up Inspire Her, and I was like, "Wait, these are four women, like you said, by women, four women. I'm for it." And when I saw the pillars on what Inspire Her was for, that just drew me in even more, because I finally I really truly believe I'm not one of those people that just, oh, let me just be part of something to be part of something. I really truly investigate what it is I'm gonna be a part of. You know what I mean? And when I read up on the website, it was a no brainer to be like, oh yeah, this is me all day long. And like you said, it's just like you said, you can tell the genuineness even in Lexi, and what she's doing. And then she has a heart of gold. And just for, like you said, your story is just so impactful and so powerful. And I can't wait to see where this foundation grows. And I'm so happy to be a part of the beginning, so to be able to see it blossom. You know what I mean? Um uh, I could talk forever about this, but it's just so beautiful to be part of amazing foundation. I'm so happy for this. I really am.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I was just saying thank you. Like having you ladies, meeting you ladies, was just. I'm a firm believer in everybody that's on the board, not just on the board, but that has contributed to the growth of the organization to where we are now. Was God. It was an act of God, because I never saw this. I never saw it coming here, and it's just. I'm just excited for all the women that we're gonna help. So just gonna say thank you, God.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
For sure.
God be playing. God knows how to put people in position. You know what? The beginning of this year, when I did was funny, because when I did my prayer board meeting, or event, in that event, I said, Lord, this year I want to connect with a foundation. I want to be part of a foundation. I want to be part of a nonprofit, to be more specific. And then, I kid you not, after that, it was about 2 or 3 weeks later was when Rachel hit me up. And again, I went on the website. I was like, okay, let me look this up. And it was like, again, it was a no brainer. And I was like, look at God. I was like, wow, this is it. Look at prayer working. Look at God
Mhm.
talking in the room.
For sure.
Because again, you're helping women, and I'm all about that. Like, I'm all about taking your resources, and I'm, not being a gatekeeper, and spread that information out. Help people. Why are we gatekeeping? Women need women. Women need help at all times, no matter if they're single. For me, when I was pregnant with my daughter, that's again why I started my podcast to begin with. It was a lot of word of mouth. Like, even for you, Lexi, when you were getting help, you had to go through somebody to find out about things. And a lot of times that's how it is for us. We got to find out, somebody got to tell this person to tell that person to tell you. We don't get
Yes.
memo, we don't get things just easily handed to us, or it's not out in the open to be displayed for us. And why it's like that, I hate that it got to be like that, but it is. And so, to have somebody else to pass on that baton to you, and you pass it on to somebody else, it's a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful thing. So, what made you feel like this was an organization that was needed? Was it because you went through what you went through, or more so you seeing the other women what they were going through?
So it was a mixture of both. I think I like the way how you put it. So yes, what I went through, it kind of was healing for me. I'm the type of person, um, I like to give of service, and when I give of service to other, it helps me to heal. And at that time, because I was grieving so heavily, I found myself pouring into people. So at that time, I used to do hair in my house. I was doing all natural hairstyles, so braids, cornrows, locks, and a plethora of women would enter my home. Women with kids, women without kids. And when you're doing somebody's hair, like, you hear all the stories, man. Like, we be chatting it up, and a lot of women were just sharing some of the things that they were going through. And I was just there talking, like, I'm just there doing their hair, talking. And there was one lady that said something to me, and it really broke my heart because I started to pray. And at the time, my faith with God wasn't so high. And she was going through an experience with a partner, and that partner was abusive to her. Now, I was in a similar situation where my partner at the time was also abusive, but it was more emotional and mental, and I had no knowledge that such abuse exists. I was like, oh, I'm not being abused because it was a physical. She was experiencing the same thing in addition to physical, and she gave up. She literally gave up. She had so much aspiration of things that she wanted to do, and she was like, she just can't do it because he says this, and this is what he thinks. And he thinks, now mind you, I was in the same situation with a person speaking to me like that, but God came through me. And I said to her that, hey, you cannot let this man tell you what it is that you want to do with your life or not. You can't. You have to stand in your power, in your truth. And the conviction in me at that time, encouraging her to start that business, because she's like, oh, you come from Jamaica here, you're not even here for so long, and you already start your hair business, and you have clients, and you have this and you have that. And I'm like, because it's never gonna get done until you take the first step, and ain't nobody gonna believe in you unless you believe in yourself. And she has kids, so her kid was playing with my kid, and we were talking, and then another lady came in, shared her story. And I find myself encouraging them to not give up, because guess what, there's a lot of women out there that are suffering in different ways, which is why we have those four pillars. Because in those four pillars, you will definitely find at least one woman suffering in either one of those pillars or four of those pillars, based on my experience, based on my experiences in talking to these women. And I had to encourage her and encourage her. So it started with me giving of service, but then in doing that, I noticed that women also had no knowledge. So it's not that they can't do it, is that they don't know how to do it. And even though we live in a world now where Google, it's now a verb. Just Google it, right? And we have smartphones, but the smartphone will not be smart if it is that we're not utilizing it in a smart way, right? So what I find with that is, I decided that maybe if it is that I can help someone by pouring my knowledge into them, what I know based on my experiences, my academic knowledge, just my frame of references, and to create something, no matter how small, but just to help them to learn, right? Because a lot of them probably won't go out seeking the knowledge. But if I can try to push the knowledge out there, hopefully it will reach them. Which is why we had that vision board workshop. We had our resume writing webinar. We also had our budgeting for success webinar, because a lot of women didn't even know how to balance their books. We're living in debt, how to manage a household, how to do different things with their kids, how to even complete a resume to change their job. So it combined with both my experiences, me wanting to serve, and then also I identifying a gap in their knowledge, and just trying to provide a solution to that problem that I was able to identify with women. And I'm so passionate in helping women, because we're a sisterhood, and I believe that there's so much winnings for all of us, and we definitely need to collaborate more rather than being competitive with each other.
That is so true. So true. Candy, you talked about you having your five best friends. Like what does that sisterhood looks like
Oh,
in the same example like Lexi gave?
oh my goodness. My tribe is everything. I think number one, it's four women and one man that I am best friends with, and
Okay.
I have I call it a little O. So, a small, tight circle, right? And those are the people that know everything about me, of what's going on at any given moment, those four different people. And then it transfers out to a bigger circle, right? And having a bigger group of people. I think that having a tribe is something that when Lexi talked about having no support here and no friends and no family, I moved here September 1st, 1999, with my mother. And so I graduated from Hillcrest High School in Dallas here. But after I was estranged from my mother, that meant I had nobody here except for the people that I called my friends. So I
Oh
built
wow.
a system of people that I can always count on and depend on. And just like any other family, we fuss and fight and we cuss about certain things. Um,
Yep.
but we know that we will ride for each other. And I think without them, I would not have made it. I also went through a domestic violence situation, something that Lexi and I have definitely discussed. We actually even did a podcast on about all of us being in domestic violence situations. I was married for 16 and a half years. And out of
Wow.
16 and a half years, at least five times he put his hands on me. And the last one, I told God, I said, if he ever put his hands on me in front of my child, I'm gone. And he choked me, put me through a wall, slammed me to the floor, and Colin is over there screaming. He was about two at the time, screaming, "Mommy, mommy, mommy!" And so I made a point,
Mm-mm.
get out now, right? But that tribe surrounded me. Whatever I needed, gave me a place to stay, right? I was teaching at the time, so they knew I had my teaching income, but I needed to get back up on my feet. I had friends from Florida sending me money. I had other colleagues that knew about the information, sending me money or sending me things for Colin and I to make sure that I was okay. That's one of the reasons why I always say I will be a great supporter for this foundation, because I've been through it. Right, I've needed help. Right, I couldn't. I had church members that I was relying on for prayer. I'm very very spiritual. So yes, if you can't do nothing else for me, pray for me. Um, so
Amen.
I had all the
Mhm.
support in different areas, right? That none of the people were going to let me be by myself. None of them were going to let me be on the streets. And I just thank God for that. So that this is why Inspire Her means so much to me, because I want to give back like so many people gave back to me. And it's already in my heart. Anyway, I do it on a daily basis, but this has the capacity to go. I mean, yeah, the capacity to go up and up and up and out to not only the DFW area, but all around Texas and all around the world if we can. So, but it takes
Yeah.
Right.
one step at a time, right? One baby step. So we're trying to crush Arlington right now, crush the DFW Metroplex first, and then spread out to wherever. That's why it's so great that we have podcasts like this where we can share out to different communities, and we reaching people in India, Jamaica, Australia somewhere.
Love
If
the
you,
accent.
oh, oh, girl, I
She
grew
has
up in
a good
Florida.
patois accent.
I grew up in Florida. I grew up around only Jamaicans, Haitians, Trinidadians, Bahamians, Cubans.
Oh
So
yeah.
when I flip the switch in a second, I can match Kadian in just in 5 seconds. Okay, I grew up speaking patois, so when I go home, I'm immersed in patois. Because especially one of my best friends, her mother is not going to speak to me slowly. So, and even when I say slow it down, she's not. Girl, pick me. You're gonna understand me. What? Hold on, you're going too fast for me.
You switched it fast. Yes, indeed. Because even when Lexi's talking, sometimes I'm like, huh? And I'm
Yeah,
like, I'm trying to catch it. And I'm like, I got it. I got it. Okay. Okay.
I understand her easily.
She
It's
does.
it's my other people that I be like, slow down, please.
Yes.
I'm only catching every other word.
That is funny.
But yeah, I mean that's just part of my story, you know. Um, I think God puts people in your past that you are supposed to, whether it's a season or whether it's a
Hmm.
lifetime. You know, yeah, this is we are connected at this time in this place for a reason. So
That is so
Amen.
true. I hate that. I hate that I've been through domestic violence situation myself, and I hate that we all had to experience that. But in a flip of a coin, it's like I feel like it make us better. And I know that's weird to say. Um, I'm trying to put it in a way people won't be like, what? But it I'll just speak on me. I can't speak for everybody, but for me, yeah, it was a hard situation. It was difficult, you know. We all have our own stories, you know. Candy, my heart go out to you for what you went through. You know, I didn't go through a wall, you know. Oh my God, like
chat
girl, girl.
was a lot.
Yeah, no, girl, no. Girl, that's tough. No, girl, I was slapped. I was slapped. Girl, I remember going to work one day, and the night before, I got slapped so hard that the skin came off my face, and I had to go. I went to work the next day, and only one friend. Now, mind you, I worked at a. This when I knew that, like I said, what we go through, it's beyond us. At the time I was working at a drug rehab facility for women, and when I tell you I was their sunlight every day, I was their sunlight. I was their upper, as they call it. I was the reason for them to go on for the next day.
Just to add to what T Pretty Smile was alluding to when she mentioned that there's a positive in going through that experience. Oh yeah, continue.
Sorry, y'all. Yeah, it is a positive on going through that. When I went through that, I was working at a drug rehab facility.
Oh man, she keeps going in and out, but I think we both know where she's going with this, right?
Yeah.
There is wisdom, there is knowledge, there is a rainbow.
Okay. Gotcha.
But there is a rainbow at the end of every
Hurricane.
her, absolutely. You took the word out of my mouth. I was definitely going to hurricane. So, but
Really is.
but but I know that I think that's the whole point of Inspire Her and people. I mean, organizations like this that come out of all of the hurt and the pain, right? We can uplift everybody. Somebody actually asked me, and he crazy though, but he actually asked me. He was like, "Why do women always need to feel like they're empowered?" And I was like, "Because there's always somebody trying to take our power away from us."
Yes.
And it started with men.
Mhm. Mhm.
Facts,
And then like,
facts.
even to share with about the positivity, I look at it with my experience. It was very humbling for me because I ain't gonna lie, before coming here and struggling in my country, I own my home. I had a very good job. I owned my vehicles. My son going to a private school. Like I I used to, I don't judge and stuff, but I was on this pedestal. My ego was up there, but my experience was very humbling because I had to get pulled down on my knees in the bathroom praying to God, because at that point it's only God could have helped me. When we're in this situation where we think we have everything perfect, we feel like we don't need God. But you see, when things go wrong, that is the person that we turn to. And for me, it was a very humbling experience. I used to ask myself, why me? Why me? Why me? Until I get to the point, why not me? Because my mission on this earth is to help women heal from whatever it is, experiences that they have, and grow to transform their lives to the next pillar. Like right now, we're a caterpillar. And when you meet me, I'm going to help you to form a cocoon. And
Mhm.
then, whatever transformation that you need to go through in that cocoon, then you're going to come out to a butterfly. So
Mhm.
any experience with me is going to be very transformative. And had it not been for those experiences, I don't think I would have been able to provide the level of service and support to the community of the sisterhood that I want to build without those experiences. So for me, it was humbling.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Let's jump into a real quick commercial break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk some more about Inspire Her and some more of our experiences. We'll be right back, you guys.
Mhm.
Still tipping on 4 shifting on your hoe, and I whip it like a pro. Still tipping on shifting on your hoe, and I whip it like a pro.
Still tipping, ain't been sipping. When you see me, yes, I'm dripping. I'm so cold up in the kitchen. Better go and get your meat. Make your purges like a kitten. Coming hot, this shit so quickin'. I'ma fry you like some chicken. When I'm rapping, I'm the villain. Pink on blazer, cause it's written. And I always had the vision. Tell Mike Jones I'm coming, get him. I be ballin' like the Pistons. Tell them haters, stop the snitching. Burn desires on the rhythm. Speak the truth, I got the wisdom. Never ever play the victim. I got fofos and I'm tipping. I be thugging, never pimping. I'm from Memphis by the river. I'm the gold but never silver. And I always been a sinner, but God told me I'm a winner. Walk by faith, I'm not a killer. Had to look up in the mirror. I'm the shit, I'm getting bigger. Turn your red, now you a ginger. When I slide, you know I'm slicker. Holding strong, I got the fisher. But I'm never trying to fix you. In the pot, it's time to
We're
flip.
back.
Make that sauce, now you a dipper. It's a dolphin, you a flipper. Still tipping, ain't been sipping. When you see me, yes, I'm dripping. I'm so cold up in the kitchen. Better go and get your meat. Make your purges like a kitten. Coming hot, this shit so quickin'. I'ma fry you like some chicken. When I'm rapping, I'm the villain. It's so good, oh, what a pleasure. Off the scale, you cannot measure. I'm so rare, I am a treasure. Cause I got nothing but pressure. Flow so smooth, I am the leather. Get your milk, cause I'm the pepper. I want more, never the lesser. Leave me be, this ain't no gesture. Tic-tac-toe, you playing checker. I'm the key, cause I'm the bearer. Adam family, Uncle Fester. They some Meggies, get the website. Kill the beat, go get the stretcher. And I'm tipping, never stress 'em. I'm the best, it's time to bless 'em. Ain't no cap, I learned my lesson. Still tipping, ain't been sipping. When you see me, yes, I'm dripping. I'm so cold up in the kitchen. Better go and get your meat. Make your purges like a kitten. Coming hot, this shit so quickin'. I'ma fry you like some chicken. When I'm rapping, I'm the villain.
Oh Lord, thank you for this day. Amen.
tipping on four-fold, shifting on your hoe, and I whip it like a pro. Still tipping on four-fold, shifting on your hoe, and I whip it like a pro.
Still tipping, ain't been sipping. When you see me, yes, I'm dripping. I'm so cold up in the kitchen, better go and get your meat. Make your purges like a kitten, coming hot, this shit so quickin'. I'ma fry you like some chicken. When I'm rapping, I'm the villain. Pink gon' blaze you cause it's written, and I always had the vision. Tell Mike Jones I'm coming, get him. I be ballin' like the Pistons. Tell them haters stop the snitching. Burn desires on the rhythm. Speak the truth, I got the wisdom. Never ever play the victim. I got fofos and I'm tipping. I be thuggin', never pimpin'. I'm from Memphis by the river. I'm the gold but never silver. And I always been a sinner, but God told me I'm a winner. Walk by faith, I'm not a killer. Had to look up in the mirror. I'm the shit, I'm getting bigger. Turn you red, now you a ginger. When I slide, you know I'm slicker. Holding strong, I got the fisher. But I'm never trying to fix you. In the pot, it's time to simmer. Make that sauce, now you a dipper. It's a dolphin, you a flipper. Still tipping, ain't been sipping. When you see me, yes, I'm dripping. I'm so cold up in the kitchen. Better go and get your meat. Make your purges like a kitten. Coming hot, this shit so quickin'. I'ma fry you like some chicken. When I'm rapping, I'm the villain. It's so good, oh, what a pleasure. Off the scale, you cannot measure. I'm so rare, I am a treasure. Cause I got nothing but pressure. Flow so smooth, I am the leather. Get your
The story goes as we unfold. Life reveals our purest soul. What we don't know is how we'll grow, but we must show love. Yes, there's reasons that I'm fragile, and I bet you'd like to know there's missing pieces from when I shattered. If you love me, please say so. My heart's like glass, hurt from the past. Passed myself up, that was the hardest task. And know me with care, tell me that you'll be there for me. My heart's like glass, so love me perhaps. The story goes as love unfolds. Life reveals the hurts from old. And we don't know which way to go. So how can we show love? Yes, there's reasons that I'm transparent, and I bet you'd like to know why. My mind was clouded, but now I can think. If you love me, please say so. My heart's like glass, hurt from the past. I passed myself up, that was the hardest task. Handle me with care, tell me that you'll be there. My heart's like glass, so love me perhaps. My heart's like glass, I lost myself. It taught me to let go and love again. And when I know that I love you, I'll say so. Your heart's like glass, I'll love you perhaps.
It's like loving you. Yeah, in the night, in the day, when I'm gone and away, it's like loving you. Yeah, in the night, in the day, when I'm it's like loving you. In the night, in the day, when I'm going in the way, it's like loving you. Yeah, and you, yeah. In the night, in the day, when I'm going in the way, it's like loving you. Yeah, in the night, in the day, when I'm going in the way, it's like yeah, in the night, in the day, when I'm going in the way, it's like loving you. Yeah, and you, yeah. Miss Cruz, do your lifetime still look blue? Miss Cruz, I write these words, I speak to uplift moods. Miss Cruz, everything that I said was true. Yeah, I write these words despite the hurt you've been through. Life ain't fair, but it do got beauty. Love a drug we all be abusing. Can't lie, how I felt good inside when you gave me that love I needed and felt useless. Yeah, and nowadays the truth is, I know you heartbroken, clueless, and you don't wanna hear them excuses. Every man keep breaking your faith in Cupid. Loving you. Loving you. Loving you. Loving you. Even when your heart feel broken, it don't mean love ain't worth it. And even if your heart feel broken, it don't mean love worth closing. And when the doors ain't open, it don't mean your love ain't working. And if the door's still closing, I know somebody else gonna be worth it. Yeah, in the end, be assertive, youthful, beautiful, you the one I was choosing. Despite all the fights you've been through in, we both had a life of confusion. And nowadays the truth is, we say the wrong words with loose lips. I know you heartbroken, but truth is, somebody gon' love everything that you is. Loving you. Loving you. I'll be loving you. Loving you. Said I love you. Said I love you. Loving you. Nobody else. I said I'll always be loved. You. Said I love. Said I love, baby. I'll be. Said I'll always be. Love. Still searching, meaning in this life, why this world turning? Yeah, if I'm alright, I don't care about a like. I know the bigger picture got a bigger purpose. Yeah, you know I'm stacking this money, but somehow still lost in my 20s. Funny we lost hope when COVID taught us to cope. Who would've thought that the world was alone hurting? Yeah, looking at my little brother. Depression is the quickest way to cause murder. Yeah, in grade school other people murmur, but he's still alive. I call him the overcomer. Some days I think, do God see us? Life is a balance. Young talented Libra who seeks peace but keeps tough, who needs G's and Jesus, who turns east and prays up. With one girl he lays up, the family on his mind, he can't run. can't run. Putting things down into action, making a plan. No more telling other people. I ain't showing my hands. Got a goal on my mind. I ain't kicking the can. Homeboys call like when we kicking again. Old friends, new friends. I got life changes, new man. I'm not one to hate on you, and we are trying to make it to a conclusion. Let it out, yeah. Let it out, let it out, yeah. Let it out. Oh, I said let it out. Yeah, yeah. I'm just trying to be free. Turn me up, yeah. I've been sleeping every night with a different plan in my mind. Am I getting any close to that man you designed? I ain't looking for a handout, praying for a sign, but I figure faith could make the stars you align. Them other girls, our playtime, yeah. But with you, I can make time. The passion you got like grapevines. I know we'll both grow in age like great wine, yeah. Cause life is a poetry book. All these wrong turns, you don't wanna go look. And this pain that I felt before is no more. Everything getting better when you know you enough, yeah. Can't stress a thing I don't know. And I pray for friends I've outgrown. Most things nowadays are bluff, but I'm trying to know that God who was burning a bush. Let it run, G.
Pot on the stove. I'm cooking. There we go.
Okay. Let's be cooking for us tonight, y'all.
Oh,
Welcome back, y'all. Uh-oh. You still live?
start with me.
All right, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. Tonight is all about Inspire Her Foundation. And again, I have Lexi, aka Kadian, on the line, who is the founder. And I also have a great, beautiful board member, Miss Candy, on the line as well tonight with y'all. And we've been talking all things Inspire Her and what Inspire Her Foundation is all about. And I want to follow up and talk back about now, for you guys, is there a resource that you feel that's needed more than other amongst women nowadays, like financial, like is there anything that you need more than other?
Honestly, for me, I don't think it's a one category fits all. So I'm gonna say all of them are needed. I think it just depends on the individual, because I came across
Mm.
a woman that at the stage of her life, one of the resources that we offered that she needed at that time more was a guide to help her create her vision. So she came to the vision board workshop. She didn't come to the budgeting for success workshop because financial wasn't important for her. However, there's another lady that's a part of our organization who needed that financial support. So she was present there. So I believe it depends on the individual and where they are in their journey, because all those categories are needed across the board when we look at women on a group level as a collective. But then
Mm-hmm.
when we're going to go to be specific, then we can say, for me right now, mental health support is one of the biggest thing for me, honing my peace within myself, right? Balancing my books comes easy for me, but maybe Jane over here needs the balancing of the book more than the mental health. So I think
Yeah.
all those categories are needed for women. It's just important for us to dig deep within ourselves and identify where we are now and what support do we need. Because if we are not familiar with who we are as a woman or as an individual, regardless of all the noise on the outside of us, we really won't know what we need, and then we truly won't be able to be happy or provide a solution to
Say
what
that.
is missing, you know?
You're right. I agree with you. I agree. What you think, Candy?
Um, I do think that we are all different, right? I do think that, and as women as a whole, we do need different things. But I could be biased, but I really think that mental health is a very, very big thing. I think because people either shy away from it, right? Because they don't want anybody else in their business. I know, especially with African American women, we were taught to, oh, be strong, go pray to Jesus. But I tell people Jesus and therapy works, okay? And you do not you do not have to be in therapy all your life, right? But some people are, and that's perfectly fine too. I have people that come just once a month for maintenance, and it just depends on what's going on at the time. And sometimes their maintenance has to do with the financial. Sometimes their maintenance has to do with their physical body. Sometimes it has to do with all of the noise that's going on here, right? And reconstructing your mind frame in order to be able to deal with all of the everyday things. So I feel like mental health is the key piece of those things. And a lot of times it's not always accessible to people, right? That's why I do volunteer, for couples, and for one, I do one couple every quarter for free. They do their 8 sessions with me for free. That's the way I give back. I also work with a youth organization, right? And it's all girls that I give back to them by offering at least one or two of them free sessions at each quarter, right? So I think mental health is the big piece that people do not have the connection to, or they're still, we're pulling it out of them right now because I think
Yeah.
mental health is a buzzword, right? But getting this anxious society into a mindset of, mental health is something that you can be proactive about and not reactive, right? And if you
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
to be reactive, right, because you're already in something, it's definitely beneficial, right? Um,
Mhm.
I think that's why premarital counseling is so needed in our community because it's
Mhm.
teaching you the tools to be able to handle some of the things that we already know for a fact. Research based comes up in marriage, right? So I think if you have to think of it in that same manner with all of the resources that we have for women. And like Kadian said, we want to make sure that we're touching all of the different things. But mental health for me is at the core of all of those things because I may not be able to budget my checkbook if I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't focus on numbers. The numbers might be swirling. Um,
No,
because
you're right.
the
Yeah.
stress that is happening, and how do I cope and just feel okay, let me have tunnel vision in this sense, right? Just so
Yeah.
I have to fill out this budget sheet and make sure that all of my checks and balances are here so that I can have a nest egg here and a nest egg here and all of my bills are paid. How can I do that if I can't focus,
Yeah.
and there's so much
Mhm.
noise around me, right? So I
Yeah.
just think it all comes back to, for me, it all comes back to mental health.
And
Yeah.
I can see that because as women, like you said, there's so much on our plate at all times, girl. We gotta be moms. We gotta make sure the kids are together. We always come last, and that's even if you don't have kids.
Mhm.
That's even if you ain't if you're not in a relationship. You still have family. You still have to make sure that the bills are paid. You still got to make sure that everything else is taken care of. I think a lot of times, like you said, our mental is the last thing that we get to care about, we get to handle. We
Mhm.
have grief that we don't never get to fully overcome. We have our health that we don't get to really get to tackle of. Not to even add the men and women in our lives. Like it's just a lot of stuff that's on our plate. And we have to, like you said, big mama, we gotta stay strong, we gotta pull through, pray about it. You gonna get through it.
Mhm.
You a black mom. And I feel like what's that? It's a logo or something like that's what we're built for.
Yeah.
Um, you hear that a lot, and I'm like, I had to tell my mom like she was going through something, and my mom didn't want me to see her cry. And I had to tell my mom, I said, Mama, you human too. Just because you a black mother don't mean that you can't cry. I don't know
Right.
where we get this. synopsis that black moms don't cry or we can't show emotion, and we can't be soft. No, we ain't always gotta be tough. We ain't always gotta put on this front. You
Right.
know, we can be soft too. We can cry. We can
Mhm.
we can grieve. We can do all these things. We don't have to have this tough exterior all the time. We are human at the end of the day, and we
We
got to
are
take care of ourselves. Um,
always like, even just to touch on
always.
what Candy said. Like, she brought it full circle with the mental health, because honestly,
Yeah.
that is a critical part. And back in the day, it was so taboo, and to some,
Yeah.
she highlighted a particular subgroup, and I would agree, because in my country, we don't, I mean, a great majority of them do not even see mental health at all. If it is that you're having a moment, anxiety, oh, just shake it off, you know?
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's
Hmm.
as if it's no longer, we're kind of breaking that barrier now, I believe, in terms of being able to have the conversation. Because before, we weren't able to have that conversation, which is why the organization is so important, to create a safe space for us to even have the conversation. Because maybe you're not reaching the point where you want to go get help, but you're probably at the point where you're so overwhelmed that you just wanna pour it out. You just wanna let it out. If you wanna cry, scream, punch a bag, it's just, mental health does bring it full circle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It does. Good touching on those points. I want to dive into the four pillars that are the core pillars of Inspire Her Foundation, and kind of elaborate on those. Lexi, can you kind of expand or talk about those four pillars a little bit, or bring those up?
Okay, so the four pillars, for a focus, for you to bring it up like on the screen. Oh no, let's talk about it.
Oh
Okay.
no. Look,
Sorry.
Lexi got the moves you can, girl.
Our four pillars, really, these four pillars, we really believe, one in every, basically at least one woman in every grouping, any category of women, will need some support in either one of these. Then the first one is career development. The second one is financial literacy, because it's very important for us to be able to can have good money management. Three is domestic violence prevention and intervention, and that's one that I'm very passionate about, because, as I shared, I did not know that emotional abuse, financial abuse, mental abuse are big things, and then these are, you're not able to physically see it. Whereas
Yeah.
physical abuse, you can physically see it. So someone will be willing to offer that help. But I was mentally abused. I was at the point where I thought I was losing my mind. I wasn't able to look in the mirror. I wasn't able to look at myself. It was so weird to lose control of your mind. But in any event, that's our third pillar, and our fourth one is mental health and wellness support, which ties into Candy sharing the need for mental support. Now, under these four pillars, our organization have hosted different workshops and events tailored to one of these categories. Our goal is to have different functions per month. So going back to last year, we had Tea and Transformation in August, which is our flagship event, and that basically was our networking event to allow women to have access to trailblazing women. Then we went into um, October, where we had domestic violence awareness prevention and intervention. Here is where we had our podcast with Candy, as Candy had alluded to earlier, where we had survivors talk about their experiences, right, starting that conversation. The top of the year, we went into our vision board workshop, because we believe that, hey, we have to have a direction where you want to
Yeah.
go, right? It's not that we plan to fail, oftentimes it's the fact that we fail to plan. So let us come together as a sisterhood and help each other create this vision for where we want to go. Different women talked about different things, and when I looked at the collective board, These four pillars was in the room because
Yeah.
somebody wanted financial literacy support, somebody wanted to get increased, either change the job, get a new job, increase their income. Another one wanted to heal from being abused, from being in a marriage for over 10 years of being abused. Another one wanted some mental health support, which, I believe every woman needs that. And
Yeah.
then we went into our budgeting for success in February. We touched on financial literacy, where we taught them, now you have your vision. Let us help you know to put a plan in place to manage your money to guide you towards your vision for the year. Because creating a vision is good. Now we need an action plan. And oftentimes,
Mm-hmm.
the action plan needs some financial support. And if it is that we're not doing the right thing, as simple as a budget, then if you don't know where your money going or what your money doing, your money going to do what your money wants to do. So we have to tell our money what we want our money to do. That was what that workshop was all about. We then went into our resume writing workshop, which was phenomenal. And this one touched on career development, because a lot of women needed to know how to dress for success, right?
Yeah.
How do we update these resumes? And maybe a lot of maybe this is just our little way of giving back, because a lot of women need support. And I encourage the wider audience, the wider community, if it is that you need support in a specific pillar, reach out to us. You can reach out to us through our website. We also accept donation. If you are passionate about one of these pillars and you want to support us, you can donate through the website as well. If you want to become a member, you know what, you have some time, you want to help us be boots on the ground, because as we say, we have an event every month. We actually have one coming up in what, 2.5 weeks,
2.5 weeks. Yeah.
which is our Women's Appreciation Day, Women's Appreciation Brunch. This is just our way to say, you know what, you're doing great. Thank you. Thank you for choosing yourself, for showing up today. We have a speaker, phenomenal speaker who's coming. It's Nina, and she's going to be talking about self love and self care. Because
Mhm.
us as women, I don't know about anybody, but I struggled with self care. And T Pretty Smile, you said it. We don't choose ourselves, we don't show up for ourselves
We
often,
don't.
but we need to get out of the mindset and don't think that it's nothing is wrong with being selfish. Nothing is
Yeah.
wrong with kind of loving ourselves a little bit, because the more we love ourselves is the more we're going to pull that love energy to us. And she's
Yeah.
going to talk about how we can do that with a healthy lifestyle, wellness, right? We're going to be in the room talking about how we can support each other. That now would fall under mental health and wellness support. Now, that's the pillar for May. We have our event coming up in June, where it's an ice cream fundraiser, because we want to give back to the community. We're partnering with different organizations, and when Candy returns, she can talk about that in more detail. We have our flagship event, which is our second annual event, Tea and Transformation, in August. And that event now is going to touch on all of the pillars, because we're going to have speakers, but the speakers this year are going to be dynamic. Okay, it's going to be transformative. And you'll hear
Yeah.
me say that a lot, because I believe as women, we grow and we evolve
Yeah.
daily, right? So it's just a matter of how are we evolving in this era? How are we evolving in this time? So the teen
Mm-hmm.
transformation is definitely going to be covering all four pillars. We have our second major fundraiser event, which is our domestic violence grand gala, which is coming up towards the end of the year. Now, that one touch on domestic violence. So you will see that we're very intentional with our initiatives and our workshops. And if it is that women within the community need some type of support, that maybe that month is not highlighting that, that is okay. Just reach out to us, because we have resources that we can point you to. We've partnered with a few resources, as well as we're building our sisterhood. I like to call it our sisterhood arsenal, right? If you need certain things, don't worry, let me just go in my arsenal. If we don't have it in
Yeah.
ours, we can point you to where you can get that support.
I love that. Now the pillars, what made you come up with just with those certain pillars? Like, did you pick those because of your experiences, or was it something like, okay, women, we need this, we need this. This is something that that I need to touch on. What made you start off with those specific four pillars?
Those specific four pillars was selected. One, it was a collective effort. Two, it was really based on the needs of women as a collective group. Because when we realized that we wanted to, when this organization was started, honestly, I didn't have any direction. I just wanted to help, and I wanted to help everybody, and then I wanted to help everybody do everything. And I'm realizing I can't help everybody do everything, right? We have to kind of niche it down. So I went down and I did research, and in doing research, the areas that can help women transform their lives, because even our tagline says it, we're inspiring women, we're transforming lives. With that tagline, I reached out to the different board members to get feedback, and in doing so, I realized that these four pillars, one in I'll say at least one woman will encounter at least one woman that needs support in one of these pillars. And if it is that we can focus on these in addition to our expertise as a board, you know, we have our certified mental health um, on our board that definitely manages, if we need anything in that era. We actually have our treasurer who has over 25 years experience managing money, right? And then access to that level. So we're very intentional based on our skill set as a group. And then while we're reaching out to the wider community, I'm very passionate about career development, because I believe in multiple streams of income, not just one. I think one level of income is that closer to being broke. So why we're going to do that, and COVID taught us that. So career development no mean that you don't have to work for someone. You can create your own business. We're all, I like to say, executive hustlers, right? Multiple streams of income. And then domestic violence is just very unfortunate. But I don't remember the statistic, but I think they say one in every four women. I don't know if I'm quoting that right or wrong. Candy, you can guide me, but I believe that's what I read. One in every four women will experience some level of domestic
It
violence.
is one.
And then
Yes.
domestic violence now is not just physical, right? It's mental, emotional, financial, and so on, psychological. And I wanted to help women be able to can transform their lives. As I give the example of the caterpillar, you're at a caterpillar here before you meet me, and then you form your cocoon, and you stay there for a while until you're going through your transformation would most definitely fall in one of these pillars. So it was a collective effort to create these pillars of focus for the year for the organization, because we wanted to be intentional with our mission, with our activities, with our initiatives, so people can be able to can identify who we are based on our activities.
I love that. I really like that those pillars are very significant. And they really do hit all aspects of women in transforming women. And like you said, we do transform as women. Like it's even if it's every 3 months, every 6 months, we do transform. We never stay the same. We grow, and that's women in general. That's what we do. Kenny, we were waiting for you to come back to talk about like though. She mentioned the ice cream social for July. Can you tell us about some more of those upcoming events? You're on mute.
So we are working on several different things. The ice cream social, we're trying to partner with two different vendors actually that I've talked to, and we're just trying to work out some numbers. But the ice cream social is for women and children to come out, family members, right, to come out and enjoy a little bit of summer refreshments with us, right, and be able to network with other people, because again, this is about connecting and collaborating communicating with everyone so that we can be pillars in the community so that they know that we're here, right? And so the ice cream social is just we'll have a few vendors out there, clothing, glasses. Someone else reached out to me. I think it was jewelry. Just to be able to have this 2 hour time frame to come together and just have a. I think I call it going back to being a kid again for a second. You know how you would hear the
Yeah.
music playing when the ice cream truck would come up and everybody would run outside and see what flavors that they had and be begging mama, can I just get, yeah, back to those type of vibes, so we have all of that in the works. Our target date for that is going to be June 28th, I believe, but I we may have to change it, so we will keep you posted. Definitely, I think the two events that I'm really looking forward to and trying to push hard for this year is Tea and Transformation, because we had such an amazing time last year. Honestly, I think that the people that came were the ones that were meant to be there because there were so many different stories that came out of that. We even had one particular lady. It was her first time sharing some of her trauma story, and it changed so many people's lives in that room just from her being having the courage and the bravery to share the story with everyone. I believe we might have that on video somewhere. That we probably
Oh
should,
wow.
go ahead and put that on our site too. Just sharing
Yeah.
those different. I know that I have video from me speaking last year. Last year I spoke about relationships and just being able to pivot in your relationships and giving the benefit of the doubt in certain areas. So I had a blast talking to the women and vibing with them last year as well. But Teen Transformation is the one that I am looking forward the most because I feel like the name says it all. We are looking to transform these ladies, right? And that doesn't happen overnight, right? But I think by conferences like this where you can connect and get that support and that tribe together is amazing because a lot, like Katie Ann said, a lot of people don't have that tribe. I'm blessed, but it's also because of my personality, right? I never meet a stranger. The people that I have, I've held on to them for years. I have friends that I've known since I was 3. I have friends that I've known since I was in middle school, high school. I went to UTA, and I was Voices of Christ Gospel Choir president there. So, like you, Gate, I've been a dancer all my life. So I danced for the church for 8 years at CCTO. So I gravitate to people, and people gravitate to me. So I want to make sure that you find your tribe. To be honest, and Tea and Transformation is part of that. You find some people that are like-minded with you and you connect and then you grow from there and you build from there, and we're all about collaboration, right? The domestic violence gala, we are still it, and if you are listening and you might want to donate a location, we are still looking for a location to have that at, but
Oh
we really really like to get that locked down so that we can have. I want to be able to also gift tickets away to people that are domestic violence survivors, right? Come and mingle and know that you're in a safe space and that you're not alone.
yeah.
You know,
Yes.
our stories are so powerful. I always tell people there's a test in our testimony, right? And we
Yes.
don't go through things just for ourselves. There is so much power in telling that story. You know how many times I've told my story over and over and over again, and you know what healing comes from that, right? And I used to could not be able to say, I've never not been able to say it. I couldn't say it without tears running down my face, that I was in this marriage for 16 and a half years and I had to walk away, right? Because he put his hands on me for the last time, right? So it's a powerful thing to be able to say, I made it through this, and so can you. I healed from this, and so from you. Let me give you some tools. Even if I wasn't a mental health counselor, I can give you some tools. Why? Because I had to do this step by step by step to heal. And I think that it's such a powerful thing. It's the statistic is 1 in 4 women, and it's 1 in 7 men that have experienced domestic violence, especially physical domestic violence
Yeah.
from an intimate partner. And so that's a huge number to me. And do you think,
Yes.
let's think about the people that don't even report it,
That part.
never said a word to anybody. They are suffering in silence. And I don't want them to suffer in silence, right?
Hmm.
And so I think that Inspire Her is definitely that movement, that catalyst to making sure that we can bring in as many women as possible to make sure that these things don't happen to them anymore, and to make sure that they have somebody that they know that they can count on, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
what if nobody told Kadian about this, right? What if
Right.
nobody told her, that there are other resources that you can have besides being in a homeless shelter?
Yes.
What
Right.
would have happened to Connor?
The story that she told me freaked me out, let me tell you.
Mhm,
You know what I mean? But even that, you have a lot of women who are in these abusive relationships and don't even know it's abuse. You
mhm,
know, like in my culture, I used to hear women say, him lick me because him love me, which means he hits
mhm,
me because he loves me. And if he doesn't
Yeah. I've
hit
heard.
me, that means he does not love me. If
mhm,
my face is not being bruised up, my lips not being broken, my arms or anything not happening, that he doesn't love me. And then I
mhm,
think society has a way, or culture too, have a way of creating or making it seem acceptable to be treated this way. And I think
mhm,
one of the
Mm-hmm.
things that I'm very passionate about is helping women to find their strength within. Because, I mean, granted, I wasn't in that marriage for so long, thankfully. I had a friend who is in her marriage for over 10 years. She's just getting divorced now, and she went through a similar experience with me as me, the emotional, the mental, the financial, the controlling, the narcissism, and it was beyond me. And I'm like, girl, I don't know how you were able to do that for 10 years. And you know what she said? For the majority of those years, she wasn't even aware. And I was so
mhm.
grateful that God blessed me to be around women, because I never used to share my story. It's like, no, I can talk about it. Candy can tell you, before, I would never even say verbally that I'm a domestic violence survivor. It was hard for me to say it. It was hard for me to accept that knowledge,
Acknowledge it. Yeah.
someone
Yeah.
like me with my experiences, my level of education, my just my passion for life, my love of high spirit nature was brought down to believing that I was less than the scum that you walk on the earth. That's how I
Yeah.
felt about myself. Because
Yeah.
what? That is the narrative of someone else? No. No. So, like, now I was able to slowly find my power, slowly gather the strength to leave. And then it says it took me 7 times to leave. The amount of time I tried to leave. Like, Candy can tell you, like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go. And
You're not
I'm
done
still,
yet, you know?
That's the number
exactly.
they say
Right?
it
She,
takes
like,
to leave.
I knew she was tired of me, but you know what? It took me it took me that long until that last moment was enough. Enough is enough. Because guess what? My friends started to pour into me from my past, who started to say, girl, why you look like that? Why you
Yes.
sound like that? And I'm just like, what you mean? Things that I used to do that was second nature, I forgot because I believe the narrative. So the organization is really passionate about helping women find their inner strength, find their inner voice. If it
Mhm.
is that you lost it because of an experience, it's okay. This is a safe space. And I want to say too to Candy, thank you for saying tea and transformation is what you're looking forward to, because it was so transformative. Like, God was in the room. You hear me
Mhm,
tell you? Praise and worship
mhm,
almost start. Tears were
mhm,
flowing. You understand? Women
mhm.
were opening up. It was a safe space to have those conversations, that we never used to have. And
Right.
this year, lineup of speakers is amazing. So you can just look out for it on our social media page. We actually have someone providing spoken word this year, so that's gonna be
Mhm.
awesome. So if you're a vendor, if you're a female vendor, so we're calling all female vendors, you
Yes.
wanna showcase your business, jump on the website, reach out to us. You can email us at info@inspireherfoundation.org.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes. I wasn't a part of it last year, but I'm definitely looking forward to Tea and Transformation this year. I'm looking forward to all of the excitement and just networking with more of you guys and seeing just the works and the to be amongst the other ladies. And to be amongst in the community, of other survivors who've been in that realm of things and to be able to be a support to them as much as they will be to me as well. So I'm really really looking forward to that as well, Candy. I agree with you. I hate I missed. I won a party last year and missed it, but I so look forward to that this year, as well as the brunch coming up on the 24th. I really do. But we're gonna take another quick break, you guys. Our last break, and we come back. We're gonna talk about when again is Tea and Transformation, about the brunch, when is that, and how can you guys get tickets for that, as well as we're gonna give you guys how can you get involved with Inspire Her, and again where you can reach out to Lexi and Katie, Candy as well. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
The story goes as we unfold. Life reveals our purest soul. What we don't know
I beat the odds, even when society said I wasn't gonna make it. Overcome 'em, all them distractions, I had to shake 'em. One man band, no inheritance, I got it off the land. This is that gas, I'm a different type of strand. This that type of smoke, make you tap into your pineal glands. This that type of smoke that can get rid of many mans. This that type of smoke that you can't handle. I put belt the ass, light a nigga ass up like a candle. Secret animosity, they shoot shots but they can't aim. Young niggas dying every day behind fame. Fuck nigga took my brother out the game. I swung on these niggas' neck like $100,000 chain. Fuck nigga. Understand I'ma be right there for you. Understand I'ma be right there for you. Dead or alive, I'ma be right there for you. Understand I'ma be right there for you. I had to shed tears on this one. Best believe I'ma paint the city red behind this one. Real nigga, why you pull a trigger on this one? A moment of silence for the dead, we lost a real one. Yeah, smoke up in the city like a vapor. Hold one up on me, I may cut me her maker. Big bro, taught me 35 ways to get some paper. And it's middle finger to you motherfucking haters. OG status, since he was a young nigga, say. Real in that field since he was a young nigga, say. Been on go since he was a young nigga. Did them 17 years and he stayed solid like a real nigga. Loyalty, what he stood on. Started fucking with this roach ass sad alley bitch. When he came home, blindsided cause it was his baby mama. Shiesty hoe, can't trust these hoes, say these hoes will get you killed, bro. Understand I'ma be right there for you. Understand I'ma be right there for you. Dead or alive, I'ma be right there for you. Understand I'ma be right there for you. Standing on this whole head like I'm standing on business. Got a 30 round drum and I'ma shoot it till it's empty. Since you been gone, I've been feeling kinda empty. I'm just grieving right now, but I'm not looking for no sympathy. Life gon' keep going, you hoes ain't stopping up, you understand? I'm a rapper, but I'm still a gorilla, yeah, you understand? Lady life been feeling kinda creepy. Big bro got so much street credit, get you gone for the freebie. Dirty feet, friendly pussy, slut bucket, bitch, we call it red flag. Bro, you should've known better the way you rock that red flag. I couldn't believe my eyes when I seen them people put you out in that body bag. Damn, my nigga, I'm talking about a body bag. Fuck me up, I viewed your body. That shit made me gag. You was covered from your head to your ankles. First thing I seen was a motherfucking toe tag. Understand I'ma be right there for you. Understand I'ma be right there for you. Dead or alive, I'ma be right there for you. Understand I'ma be right there for you.
pray to God within. I know it's time to win. I run it like again. Scooter is the realest. Scooter is the trillest. Get up out your feeling. Need to go get some healing. Cause they really sleeping. I never really was creeping. Somebody call up LA. It's time for a fucking meeting. Tell Hov I need my meeting. They say I'm hit breathing. I got plenty of seedling. It's time to do some feeding. Chef Scooter is proceeding. Chef Scooter is that nigga. Chef Scooter cook it up. Chef Scooter whip it up. Chef Scooter turn it up. You bout to get it up. Chef Scooter, Chef Scooter, Chef Scooter. Hey. sin. I pray to God within. I know it's time to win. I run it like begin. Scooter is the realest. Scooter is the trillest. Get up out your feeling. Need to go get some healing.
All right, y'all. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in again. We are going to wrap up the night with our queens. Again, if you have not paid attention all tonight long, okay, I'm going to need you to go back and watch what we've been talking about because it's all been about women and inspiring her foundation tonight. And we definitely been talking about some gems and talking about all things about women. And I'm so glad and fortunate to have these two beautiful women on the line with me tonight. And I thank you guys so much for coming on with me. And so I want to talk more about these resources. Let's talk about our next upcoming event. And I want to also talk about teen transformation and how people can register for that as well. So let's begin with our brunch coming up this month, our free event, ladies. So let's talk about that. How can they register and what's going on at this event?
Okay, they can
What
register.
I mean?
I'm like we're wondering who's gonna talk. Okay, where they can register. One, they can register on our. The link is in our Facebook page, which is Inspire Her Foundation. You can go on the website and also register. If you look us up on Eventbrite, you will find our Women's Appreciation Brunch. It is a free event. What to expect is we have a phenomenal speaker, Nina, talking. She's a wellness coach, talking about self love and self care. It's also going to be MC by T Pretty Smiles.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
We have goodie bags going out. It's a brunch, so it's a nice, amazing brunch. It's from 11 to 1. We're also going to be having a membership drive at the event, so they can sign up and register to be a member of the organization. You can follow us on all of our pages, which is on Instagram and Facebook, and all the details is on our website. So be sure to check out www.inspireherfoundation.org. So that's the Women's Appreciation Brunch, May 24th, 11 to 1 at Singing Hill Center in Dallas.
And that is a free event. Ladies, come out. You do not
Free.
want to miss. This event is going to be great. There's going to be a great speaker talking about wellness as Lexi shared. And you guys don't want to miss it. I'm definitely for it. I can't wait to see what all she's going to speak on and what gems that she shared. Candy, tell them why they need to come, girl.
Girl, here's the thing. First of all, it's free 99. Can you say it with me?
Okay.
Free 99, okay? Because listen, we go to all of these different events where you got to pay to get in the club for $20. We got to pay for the parking. We got to we going
Pay for
to
the drinks.
hello, we got to pay for the drinks. We pay for the shoe. You have nothing to pay for. Okay, nothing at all. Yeah, you eat for free. Okay.
Okay, nothing at all.
We drop the gems for free, okay? So I mean, but with all sincerity, this is the type of event where when you walk in the door, you're gonna feel the love. You're going to feel um a sense of belonging, right? You're gonna feel the kindness. You're going to be empowered, and you're going to leave there knowing somebody else that may be able to help you through some things that you've been going through, right?
Yes.
So, I say you don't you walk in strangers, but you won't leave strangers, right? So
Okay.
I am so very excited about this event. And then the ice cream social does the same thing. It's collaboration. It's a good time. It is a way for us to connect with one another. And again, walk away with somebody that you may be able to help you and support you and be, if nothing else, be a friend to you. I think that so many times we tear women down instead of building each other up. And
Yep.
that is what this organization is about. It is about supporting each other and taking each other to the next level. Hi,
Hey, Connor. You definitely don't want to miss out on this event, ladies. Come to network, come to collab. Just like Candy said, come to bond with these ladies. Also, again, as Lexi shared, come to find out about the membership. Come get involved. Come be a helping hand to other ladies who need a helping hand just as you did. And come be a blessing upon other women. This is definitely another a free 99 event. Okay, free event, free to collab, free to network. Why not network with other women in the DF Dub? Be amongst other women to celebrate other women and to be amongst other women. Why not? It's the
Connor.
place to be. Now let's talk about tea and transformation. Let's talk about
Tea and transformation.
Tea and transformation. So last year our theme was empowering women through connection, and this year our theme is collaboration over competition.
Hey, I felt that in my shundo. Come on now. Yes,
Right?
Lord.
Because we need to collaborate, yo.
Why are
But
we competing with each other? I don't
right?
understand it.
Facts.
Is
There's
there
enough.
no carving nobody, no crabbing on a barrel?
Right. We can all be millionaires. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Anyway. Um.
Period.
Right? But seriously, she's right. There's so much in the world for all of us. We don't need to compete, which is why we have this powerful theme, collaboration over competition. Now, what to expect at this event? This is a fundraiser because we are trying to raise money to help us to execute our initiatives under those four pillars. So, we're selling tickets, we're going to be having vendor booths, we're seeking sponsorships, we're going to have a spoken word entertainer, we're going to have three amazing speakers, we're going to have a panel of women talking about thought provoking conversations like you don't want to miss it. Like if you feel like you're going through a transformation right now, you're about to start a cocoon phase, come to the event. It's going to be amazing.
Mhm.
Right? You can register for this event on our website. The link is there. You can also register on Eventbrite. You will see tea and transformation. Come out with your tea. And we know we're going to be dressing up in our, I like to say Sunday best. It's not on a Sunday, it's August 23rd from 11 to 3. But you want to get dressed up, because I always say if you look good, you feel good.
You
And even
feel
in those
good.
days when you're not feeling good, let's look good. And theme and ladies, because we're all queens, our color is going to be purple, which represents royalty. So come out in your purple. Come out, come out, come out in your purple.
Okay. Come out, ladies. Now, look, we mentioned earlier in the show that we tend to always put ourselves last. This is the best opportunity that you can have to put yourself first. Put yourself first and come to tea and transformation. I wasn't there last year, but I heard all the great things that came up out of it, and I so look forward to being there this year. I need all my vendors to come to the forefront. I have had the wonderful opportunity to meet a lot of you guys. I need all my women business owners. If you have a business, if you are a vendor, there's no reason why you are not on the www.inspireherfoundation.org filling out the form. I need you to fill out the form to be a vendor at this event. I need women to support women. That's what we do. If you're a real Raw Let's Talk listener, I need you to go fill out this form so you can be a woman to support another woman in business. Again, we're not looking for the crab bucket society. We're breaking those barriers, okay? So if you would like to donate your time, even if you're not a vendor and you want to donate your time and you want to come out, come do so. Come be another women's support system. Come network. Come collab. Okay? If you're not able to come out, you're always able to donate financially. And we can also use those funds to help support women for the cause. So again, go to www.inspireherfoundation.org. Look for the tab that says T in Transformation. Okay, click there. We definitely need your support and would love to see you there in the room, in the space to share with us and collab. Come collab, share your story, be part of a great experience and a great time to network with us in the room. Okay. Now, also, let's give out you guys' information. Candy, let's start with you and give out your information, where they can reach you, how they can reach you, and all that good stuff.
So, on all social media platforms, I am Candyology CS. That's
Period.
CandyYOLOGYCS. Okay, that's on all of it. My website is also candyologycs.com. And if you need to book a session or you want a consultation, all of those links are there once you get to the website. And you can also link it to any of my social medias. And of course, and then my link tree is Candyology CS. It's all uniform across the board.
Y'all holler at my girl Candy, okay? Y'all heard what she do, and I'm interested too. So y'all definitely tap in with my girl. Um, y'all know what she do again. Wonderful spirit, Candy. I thank you so much for coming on, sharing your knowledge and your love for Inspire
So
Her,
welcome.
just as I have for myself. And I just thank you so much, love. We gonna be talking soon, and we definitely gonna bring you back for another conversation that we was talking about. So y'all gonna see Candy once again, okay?
Yes,
Lexi,
sir.
let's give them your information as well and more information about how they can get involved with Inspire Her and your information as well.
Okay, well, you can find me at on our Instagram, Inspire Her Foundation org. That is our Instagram. You can also find us on Facebook, Inspire Her Foundation. We're even on LinkedIn, Inspire Her Foundation, and then you can just check out our website, www.inspireherfoundation.org. That's the best way to reach out to us, which is our website. You can donate through our website. You can become a member through our website. You can reach out to us. You can email us at info@inspireherfoundation.org. This is the best way to reach out to us if you're a vendor or you want to be a sponsor, you want to collaborate. If you have any questions, just reach out to us. We're very active and we're looking forward to it. Like, let's collab.
All right, guys. Well, thank you again, Lexi and Candy, for coming onto the show. Lexi, keep doing what you're doing for the women out here. Thank you so much for just being a light to all the women out here in the DFW and for all over the world and for what you're doing and for your foundation. Again, I'm thrilled to be a part of it, and my heart is definitely with you, both of you ladies, with this organization. Guys, thank y'all for tuning in. Seven catch y'all next week, next Thursday, 7 p.m. Everybody's ready to be real until it's time to be raw. So let's talk. I appreciate y'all. See y'all next week. For real raw, let's talk.
Bye.
Schaefer, that's a hit. For real.
I'm so raw in, uncut, and they know. And I'm black from the tip from my head to my toes. This here is the real raw. Let's talk. Show. And if you wanna learn some, sit back and listen to me flow. If it's about some money, let's talk about it. If it can change the world, let's talk about it. If you're an entrepreneur, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. If it's about some money, let's talk about it. If it can change the world, let's talk about it. If you're an entrepreneur, let's talk about it. Hickory dickory dot, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 12. It's a new day. It's time to turn it up a notch. Turn it up. Hickory dickory dot. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 12. It's a new day. It's time to turn this bitch up a notch. I was created to be what they can't be. These hoes so worse, like a gum at the bottom of my feet. Bitch, get the fuck up off of me. Dragging these hoes through the dirt and the concrete. Anything it takes to get a bum bitch up off of me. I told her hating hoe on the TV screen. It's the only way she gon' see me. It's 2024 and it's a new wave. I got 365 days just to get paid. It's time to cut these hating hoes off like a fresh fade. Get to a bag. I can do this shit like Ari Reed. I'm so raw in, uncut, and they know. And I'm blessed from the tip to my head to my toes. This here's the real raw. Let's talk show. And if you wanna learn some, sit back and listen to me flow. If it's about some money, let's talk about it. If it can change the world, let's talk about it. If you're an entrepreneur, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. If it's about some money, let's talk about it. If it can change the world, let's talk about it. If you're an entrepreneur, let's talk about it.